Welcome back everyone, Kathleen Hart here from the Little Piece of Heart blog. I'm so glad you're joining me today, and as you can see we are right in front of the stove because this entire recipe is going to be done with me standing right here. Today I'm going to show you how to make low carb cilantro lime cauliflower rice. Now this is a really versatile recipe because it kind of can be used as a base for a couple different things. You can actually use it to make burrito bowls, kind of like Chipotle, but a low carb version. You can use it in tacos, you can use it in like a Mexican fiesta night. Sub it for any time you will eat cilantro lime rice and have it with cauliflower instead. Now, you're gonna need to go back and see my other video on how I got my cauliflower rice, but how I made it, I should say. This is it right here. I did this in the food processor. You could also do it with a box grater. For a how-to, go check back to my previous video. But right here we have, this is half of a head of cauliflower, medium size, not a huge head of cauliflower, but we're going to use that today. We're also going to use a few really simple ingredients. I mean, this comes together really quickly and it's really simple. We're going to use some chopped onion. I have it in a rough chop, not too small. Of course, we got to have our cilantro. I have 2 limes and I've already zested them because it's kind of boring if you guys had to sit there watching me zest a lime. So I already did it. Saved you some boringness. And then I also have some cumin, and we also have a little bit of garlic powder because it's me and I put garlic in almost everything. So this recipe, you know, is not gonna disappoint the garlic lovers out there. And then of course we have some salt and pepper. And then, oh, forgot, a little bit of chicken broth. Now, this isn't like, you have to remember that cooking cauliflower is not like cooking rice, because rice needs to be, you know, filled with liquid and it needs to simmer and it needs to, you know, with the lid on and everything like that. Cauliflower is not like that. So it's going to be cooked a little bit differently, but the flavors, I promise you, will all be there. To get started, I have a little bit of olive oil in my pan here, and it's on medium to medium high heat, and the oil looks like it's nice and hot. So I'm actually going to add in my onion. Ah, got that sizzle. Okay, perfect. So we want to just move these around a little bit. We want to cook the onion for a few minutes because we want it to soften, and these are a little bit bigger pieces, so it's going to take a little bit longer. So our onions are cooking nicely. It took about 2 minutes. Some of them are a little bit brown, that's fine. Just going to add a little bit more flavor. We just want to watch to make sure it doesn't burn. But they look fine. We're going to add in our cauliflower now. I'm going to add all of the cauliflower rice in. Get all of that in there. Okay, beautiful. So now I'm going to make sure the heat's not too high, and I want to get the cauliflower working with the onions because I want the cauliflower to warm up and to cook a little bit. Now this isn't like rice, it doesn't have to simmer on the stove for 20 minutes. This is going to we just want it to warm it up, and then we'll be good to go. Look at that. Already it looks great. Now we're going to add in some of our spices. Here I have some cumin. We're going to sprinkle some of this on top. Cumin has a nice smoky flavor, and it tastes really good with lime and cilantro. Right on top. There we go. And then next, before we mix, we are going to do some garlic powder. Like I said, I put garlic in almost everything. It doesn't have to overpower it, but I really feel like it just gives a little bit of a nice underlying garlic taste. Not overpowering at all. I barely even used, you know, 1/4 teaspoon, so it's not a lot. You can leave it out if you want to. I'm going to season this with some salt, because this is cauliflower, so we want to make sure that we're seasoning it with a lot of salt and pepper because it needs it. Now, add in some black pepper right there. Gorgeous. All right. So we're going to mix this all together. Great. It's already coming together. It's really this quick, so don't go anywhere because we're almost done. I'm going to splash in a little bit of lime juice at this point. And a knife, here we go. I'm going to juice the 1 lime and see how juicy it is, and depending upon that, I might use the other one, I might not. It's kind of juicy. Let's see once we get the other one in there. Now this is going to be great because cauliflower really takes on the flavors that you put into it. So by putting this fresh lime juice in there, it's really going to wake up those flavors. Let's give that a mix. All right, yeah, you know what? I am going to add in my other lime right now. And I know to add it in because there was no liquid left on the bottom. It got absorbed very quickly, so that's why I wanted to add in the second one. I do want a little bit of residual lime juice underneath there. Oh, beautiful. Okay. And I did lower my heat. My heat now is at like, you know, right about medium, a little bit lower than that, because I don't want to burn anything. Next, we are going to take zest of one lime. I have the other one because I'm gonna put some on the topping for presentation. But I feel like this just makes the dish so pretty because you have this green running through all of the cauliflower. It makes it kind of whimsical. It's really pretty. Okay. And then of course, cilantro. I'm going to add it in. I cut a lot. I'm gonna kind of eyeball it here. Perfect. Okay. See, I didn't even use everything that I cut, which is fine. You just have to kind of eyeball it because you're never, when you do cauliflower into rice, you know, you're never going to get the same amount each time. So like everything else, just eyeball it. You want an equal, you want cilantro leaves going through everything. You pop in a little bit more. And now, how I'm going to make this all come together and just give it a little bit more flavor is I'm going to put my heat back up a little bit to medium, medium-high. And I'm going to splash in just a couple splashes of chicken stock. Just a little bit. That wasn't even, no, that was barely a quarter of a cup. So I'm going to mix that in. And how I know I added enough is it literally got absorbed right away, as you can see. Okay, beautiful. And we're done. So that's how quickly this comes together. It's gorgeous. So I'm going to show you how I like to plate it. I actually reserved some cilantro from before. I have some reserved lime and I have a little cilantro leaf right here. So I'm going to show you how pretty this can be. Here we go. Gorgeous. I have a nice medium-sized bowl here, but this will feed, you know, a few people because there's actually a lot here. So look at those onions. They got a little brown. They look great in here. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of making things a little darker. It's fine. It'll all work out in the end. Just be careful. Don't burn anything. All right. Look at that. Okay. So I'm going to take a little bit of cilantro because we want everyone to know what's actually in here. I'm going to put that right on top and a little bit of a mound on top. Beautiful. Then we're going to take our lime zest and just kind of sprinkle that around the edge. Great, 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 great. Then I'm going to take my little cilantro full leaf and I'm going to stick it right in the middle. Look at that. Gorgeous. I mean, it's so simple. That was minutes, literally. And you can have a really great side dish, or like I said at the beginning of the video, this can go with so many different recipes. It's, you know, the possibilities are endless. For this recipe and more, go to my blog, Little Piece of Heart. If you enjoyed this recipe, please give me a thumbs up because that means that I'm doing something right and I will be making plenty more videos for you guys. You know, low carb all the way, but this is just as good for someone who's just trying to, you know, be a little bit healthier. All healthy ingredients. So I'll see you guys next time. Cat Heart. Bye.